A kind day to you all, I'm Kinsmark, and this is another look at Brawlhalla, the free-to-play sprite fighter that I covered a few days ago, and that I've actually spent considerable time on since then, and learned a fair amount about, so I figured I'd share some of that today. So I've already shown a free-for-all match, so for this one I shall show a 1v1 strikeout match. And chief amongst the things I've learned that impressed me since that first episode is that there's apparently a character-free rotation that I think is on a weekly level, so that one can actually play competitively against other players with, I think, any character, assuming one has the patience to simply let them come around in the rotation. One need only spend one's accrued gold currency for permanent access to a character, as I have for Cassidy. As I've learned, I like her kind of a lot. So I shall assemble a team composed of her, Sentinel, and Asuri. Alright. So, the main objective for strikeout mode is competition against a single player, also composed of a 3-character team, and the elimination thereof. So let's see here. Alrighty. I can also clarify the control scheme a little more, as I have since learned that the attacks available to a character are somewhat dependent upon the actual items they use. One's actual unarmed strikes are uniform across characters, and certain characters use similar equipment, such as pistols, swords, spears, and the like, and so the light attacks for those kinds of control schemes are all the same. The heavy attacks are unique per character, so the actual key inputs are the same. The actions that the character will perform with heavy attacks are actually different, however. And I like that. It's a uniform control scheme so that one can pick up and play any character, sans the usual challenge in most fighting games of having to learn the control scheme unique to any given character. And so in this case, one need only experiment and see, okay, well, what's their left or down or upward heavy attack, or center, as the case is. And as one can see as well, I've also learned that one can dodge, which comes in incredibly handy for juking opponents and setting them up. Whoa, hey there. I've actually found that I've met with more success, he said, as he almost got killed, in one-on-one matches than I have in free-for-alls. Simply because it's always that character I hadn't accounted for just coming out of nowhere that screws me in free-for-alls. And here, I know the usual excuse for Let's Players is having to conduct commentary at the same time as play. Alright. I've learned to like these sword characters. And the claws and katars style as well, because it allows one to like sort of chase after enemies relentlessly. Come on, dang. No. There we go. Come on down here. Come on down here. Come on. It's time for you to get witnessed. Hey, yeah. One can also, I should clarify, charge heavy attacks just holding the key inputs down, and I think that means they do more damage. They also allow you to sort of pause in the execution of them and allow enemies to come in range of them, which is handy. Alright, come on down here. Come on. Yeah, you're scared of me, aren't you? Uh-oh. Hey, whoa. Oh, there we go. Alright. See, some people are actually fairly aggressive and like chase you out into open air and try to knock you downward. The thing is, that's an easy way. Oh, just like that. you can get countered and then yourself get knocked down. Alright, GG. That was well played. I enjoyed that. That was a fun match. Unfortunately, it seems like these matches, the accrual rate is a little less. However, I think they are completed a little faster. So, I assume it's meant for one to just continually play and accrue, I think, a same amount of gold across the same amount of time as though one were playing in free-for-all matches. So, that's pretty much all the new things I've learned about this game. Aside from the fact that... crap. The actual accrual rate of gold for the unlocking of characters and such is pretty generous. As I mentioned, have already permanently unlocked Cassidy, and... there we go. I could, at the moment, unlock... this guy's actually pretty damn good. Several other characters. I'm just allowing myself to accrue enough to get some of the more expensive ones. Now, I will voice the one concern that I've raised in a lot of different games, in which competitively one shouldn't have an advantage using one character instead of another. However, characters costing different amounts always implies that the more expensive are the more powerful. That's just what it connotates. And so, the fact that there are certain characters that, like, a lot of them are 3,000 and some odd gold, some are in the 5,000 range, however. And so my question there is simply, why? Other than, in the case of characters that just came out, the novelty of them, I've never understood why a lot of games like this make certain characters more expensive, even if they are more like advanced to use because their moves, because of the collision of them, require a little more precision and skill. At the same time, I don't know, it comes across a little strangely. I haven't actually experienced any characters that I'd say are in fact more powerful than the others. It's just a matter of the connotation. So, oh, dang you. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on, come on. Oh, he's using clever use of discarding of items. Alright. Now, asshole players I have seen are inclined in these matches to, while you're in the interim of characters, yeah, do exactly as he's doing now. Pick up the weapon drops, throw them away, and leave only their own on the field. I mean, yeah, sure, it is fair as far as, like, what's allowed in the game. It's a prick move, come on. It's strategically correct, it isn't exactly fair play. There we go. So, like I said, the advantage, this claw form, is that one can stay. Oh, I jumped straight into that. Relatively relentless. There we go. Alright. Whoa. Alright. Come on. Hey. Whoa, hey, whoa. Ah. Oh, there we go. Oh, no. I don't want to get outfought. Oh. He keeps doing that. Okay. Come on, you. Gotcha. Alright. Oh, this is a good one. Ah! Alright. Whew. G indeed. Alright then. I think I'll play one more match, because like I said, these one-on-ones, they progress pretty quickly. So, I may simply make intermittent episodes of this in the future, because I have to confess, I enjoy the ever-loving hell out of this game. I have played probably 10 plus hours just in the last few days since my first episode on it. Because it's a great little downtime game. Especially these one-on-one matches, you know, they complete so quickly. You know, if I just have to, you know, kill some time a little while, then I can just hop into a match and have a good time with it. So the fact that it's fair, it's charming, I love the art style, it's crisp, it's responsive, and it's easy to pick up. It's everything I like about a casual, admittedly, competitive fighting game. So I've also acclimated to the controls with mouse and keyboard. One of you was kind enough to let me know that apparently controller support is in the game. For some reason, I just can't get it to actually function on my setup, so I'm happy to see that that's there, and I appreciate the clarification. It's just something that I'm going to have to figure out on my own. That said, though, I've spent so much time playing with mouse and keys, at this point I'm used to it. And since there are only a couple of attack keys... Oh, no, 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 no! Okay, alright, cool. That was another piece of advice that one of you sent me, is that I can use my upward heavy attack as a sort of third jump. Come on, you. Ah, oh. There's a doji one. Nope, 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 nope. Ah. Hammer fight! Come on, you. Come on, you. Alright. Let's actually ditch that. Ditch that. Hit! Whoop, 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 here. Nope. Denied. Give me my guitars. Whoop, whoop, way there. Ha. Ha. Whoop, whoop. No, 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 no. Oh, dang it. I just lost jump ability. Oh, and you're gonna go and grab... Oh, oh, are you gonna play fair? Nope. Alright, call the Valkyrie. You know what? You know what? Fine. Ooh, ooh, I got lucky. I was about to just try and punch this guy out. There we go. Alright, it seems like she is definitely a more skilled character for him. Right. Hey, yeah, oh. Nope, 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 nope. There we go, Nope. Oh, that was close. I got lucky. I admit, that was pure luck. That, however, was not. Alright. So, I just had to acclimate to actually commenting and playing at the same time. Whew. Oh, also, one other thing that I should clarify. I can actually show here. One actually can unlock certain cosmetic accoutrements for one's characters. Let me actually hop into the training mode just to show that off a little more clearly. Actually, I shan't. I should do that online so that it actually sort of shows applicable stuff. So for Cassidy here, actually, oh, I forgot, in this menu, one can't apparently customize one's appearance. However, I think in match it still sources from the last customized version that one used. That's a little clunky. I might like to see that ironed out. For the sake of example, however, this last character in 1v1, you can still see the customization of colors and such. So, anyway, the cosmetic items that one unlocks are colors for characters that one gains as one increases one's level with said characters. So, for instance, with Sentinel here, I've got, I think, all of the colors unlocked that one can for a free character, essentially. And it is this one that I most prefer. I haven't come across any means of unlocking cosmetic changes to one's weaponry or to... I still don't know what to call these things. They're just the little, like, angel helper Valkyrie things that fetch one from oblivion after getting knocked off. So that's all I've really found out about this game. I just figured I'd share it because I really enjoy it. There is actually a little lore to the game, as in this tab one can actually check the stories and some quotes and lore and stuff about each of the characters in the game. And they're actually fairly charming. I've taken the time to read them, and I quite enjoyed them. They're pretty humorous, tongue-in-cheek, and yet they still provide enough context for the game such that one can actually understand it. The short thereof is that all of this, as the name implies, is taking place in Brawlhalla, and all of these characters are legends from their own time periods and places and worlds, and it's sort of cross-genre, all the way from the first man to aliens and cyberpunk future sort of characters. So it's everything, and I like that. It makes for a pretty cool aesthetic where pretty much anything goes in this kind of game, and because it doesn't mire itself over much in the lore, one can just sort of enjoy the characters for what they are. So that's pretty much all I got for this, so check this game out if you're interested. Again, it is free to play on Steam. Thank you all kindly for watching. I'm Ken Mark, Press, and as always, I wish you all good gaming, and Godspeed. Oh, cool, it does! Physics, man! Science!